Since men don't approach women anymore, I guess I should start going up to men. I live in a city, and literally anytime I'm walking anywhere, anytime I see a cute guy, it's always heads down, headphones in, he won't look at anyone. Literally no one is approachable anymore, no one looks at each other, everyone's heads down, and no one's smiling or just seems happy. Literally no one's socializing. What am I supposed to do? Chase a guy down the street that does not want to be bothered and ask him if he is single? I feel like I give off the most approachable vibes. I'm always smiling, looking pleasant, not looking at my phone, I don't wear my headphones. Literally never once, I've never been approached. Get this, I was talking to a guy I matched with on Cuff. We were talking on the phone, had the best conversation ever, ghost me. He literally ghosted me. Just now, if you have like a really good phone call with a guy you matched with on a dating app like Raya, Cuff, Tinder, or whatever, I guess you just ghost them immediately. It's funny though, like on the phone when we were talking, I asked him if he like ever approaches a girl at a bar or in the street, and he was like, no, God, no. So I guess maybe that was just a red flag. That men forget that they literally have the power in the situation, so that's why everyone's single.
Those are the subtle hints that I'm talking about. Like you smiling at him, he probably just thinks that you're having a good day, that you're in a good mood. He does not think that you smiling and not having your headphones on means that you want him to approach you. Honestly, at this point, ladies, I think you need to take it up with the ladies, because between the expectations that men are going to just understand these hints and then the entire complete movement towards hating on men between drizzle and picking the bear over the man, I just think that it would be helpful to all the men if you ladies got your message straightened out, because you can't have it both ways. You're going to have to deal with men that you're not attracted to approaching you, and maybe you might need to deal with feeling a little uncomfortable over it.
Honestly, and I'm probably going to get eaten alive for saying this, I feel like a lot of women have forgotten their place. And we live in this inverted world, and I feel we got stuck in this whole feminism thing. Feminism is a scam. And now it's like trying to undo. It is feminism. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, we are equal in value, but we are not equal in traits. We are different. Men and women are different.
I agree with that.
And I'm so sick and tired of why are we fighting to be something that we're not? I am not a man. I will never be a man. And for those of you that make that decision, I love that for you. Period. But there are certain things that are just, y'all are stronger than we are. We are more detail oriented than you are. There are certain traits that we naturally got from God based on the gender that we are. And it's all based on survival. It's all based on human nature. And so I feel like a lot of women, not all women, but most women have forgotten their place.
Within themselves,
within the order of family, within the order, even like with God, if you just want to start blanketing statements, like, now this is the thing. If you are a masculine woman, that's fine, but stop acting like you're feminine. If you want to be a boss, babe, I don't need no man. You go do you, boo, but stop teaching that that's the answer, because I'm sick and tired of this divide of the family. I'm sick and tired of now good men, and I'm listening to like stories, right? Good men are getting lazy in dating. They're getting lazy in the pursuit because women are making either everything too easy or they're too hands off. So now what's the point in even trying to date a woman when you're the man that you want me to be?
Why don't you tell the camera what the you just said to me? What does my hair look like?
It looks just a little staticky. Just a little. But you still look great. You look amazing. It would never stop someone from being like, she's a smoke show, but I know you know me, and it's just a little staticky.
At least when the relationship comes to an end, you'll have a really good understanding of what he means by him having to constantly walk on eggshells with you, because you'll be able to go back and review this video. Because here you are trying to shame this man online, you're recording it, you're editing it, you're posting it, trying to make him seem like the bad guy because he's pointing out something that you're obviously insecure about.
And let me ask you this, what prompted that?
Just looking at your hair.
Nice.
Like what prompted me saying it looks staticky?
Yes.
Because it's sticking up.
That man deserves an apology, because he sat there and he continued to answer the questions in a very logical manner without losing his cool at all. He is too used to this.
Women are not looking for leaders. I don't really believe in this.
Don't say that.
Women of today really don't like the word submission. It sounds good for them to be able to post about it, but is it actually something that they really want? Do you really want men to lead, or do you just want men to be in a position to provide? And that's what I see. I see so many women today. It's like, yeah, I want you to provide the leading part. I don't need you to lead me. I'm a grown woman because this is mine. This is my furniture, my thing.
They don't sound like they need to be in a relationship.
But that's the population.
Why would you want a man in your life if he's not leading?
The things that I see is like people don't. women are not looking for leaders. I don't really believe in this.
Don't say that. You're generalizing.
Majority, because I don't want y'all coming for me.
Thank you, because I'm about to come for you.
Majority do not want to see leaders, because when you use the word leadership, it makes it seem like you are weak because now you're having to submit. And the women of today really don't like the word submission.
The women of today.
And I'm saying that some women of today do not like the word submission, because submission does not mean that you're following weakly. It just means that you're surrendering to the moment that you marry, or the moment that you came into the relationship with, to say, I want you to lead. It's okay to lead as long as the bill's been paid, as I keep going back to that. But when it comes leading to saying, hey, this is not working, can we look at our budget again? Can we be entrepreneurs? Can we rebuild this? Can we go back and scratch it? No, that's not going to work. Those are things that has to be brought back to the table, and that's where the man needs to come in the forefront.
So let me ask you a question, hypothetically speaking.
Morning. I asked the men a question and they answered, and I've just been reading through all of the answers, and I'm very grateful for everyone that took the time out to send in their thoughts. The question I asked was, why do men no longer approach women? I am 35 and I've been single 4.5 years, and I've noticed a definite shift in the dating scene from when I was in my 20s. So I asked the question, why is it that men no longer approach women in bars, restaurants, cafes, etc.? I think I sort of already knew what the answers were going to be, but not one to assume, so I gave them the floor. And here are the top 3. I've sort of whittled down the top 3 most popular answers. Number 1 is that they are worried how they're going to be perceived, that we are going to think that they are creepy or weird. A lot of comments were saying that a compliment could now be perceived or received as harassment. I think there's a lot of factors and different scenarios as to why a compliment is different from an inappropriate comment or harassment, but that is a whole different conversation. But regardless, I hear their point is that if there's a 50-50 chance that it's going to be taken one way or the other, they're not taking that chance. So they have decided it's just better if they say nothing. Somebody commented saying, high risk, no reward.
The reason women started asking for equality is because they lost respect for men. And when someone loses respect for somebody else, it's always because the offending party has done something to warrant the loss of respect. Now, a lot of people say that the reason women lost respect for men is because of this oppressive patriarchy that's always existed. Do I agree with this? No. In fact, I think for a long time, women got a pretty awesome situation handed to them by having their whole life taken care of by men, who generally worked to treat them with respect because men knew it was in their best interest to treat them well. However, I think once men turned away from nature, away from open use of dominance and brute force in order to conquer his surroundings, he devolved into the way of a politician and a banker. He became scheming and dishonest. But the funny thing was once women started asking for their freedom, they didn't get real freedom. They became slaves to corporations who convinced them that wasting 40 to 60 hours in a corporate office was the fullest expression of their womanhood, which has made for a lot of unhappy women. So if you're a guy who's mad at how fourth wave feminism has fucked up the world, do your part in cleaning up the mess. Live your life in such a way that inspires respect in the minds of women instead of inspiring fear and contempt.
Amber, was that a shade to Carmen's pose?
So, if men don't like hoes, can somebody explain to me what's going on here? Her chart looks exactly like the same chart I'm seeing people pass around the Megan Thee Stallion one. Yeah, I don't see anybody going up to Travis Kelce, calling him a simp. I don't see nobody talking about Travis Kelce asking them, why did he propose to a ran-through woman? Ran-through cat is ran-through cat. When Taylor Swift got proposed to by Travis Kelce, why didn't white men go around making a graph like this of Taylor Swift? No other group of women gets disrespected by their own community on this scale the way black women do, and y'all wonder why black women act the way they act.
So are you saying in real life that you believe that men marry hoes like more times than not? Is that your argument here?
I feel like it's about equal. I would say it's more often, but I feel like it's about the same.
So are you saying half the women in the world that get married are hoes?
They got a pass. I would say they're currently hoes, but everybody is some Christian non-hoe girl who got morals getting picked by a God-fearing man, because every man ain't God-fearing. So You just want every girl to just be like, oh, I'm this little celibate girl. I have so much modesty, and you just think, sir, you think a hoe wouldn't get married before? Like that's how you think the world works? I'm just curious.
A hoe can get married, obviously, but she's going to have to change some of them whole ways. She's not going to be able to continue to be a hoe or act like a hoe or have the mannerisms of hoe. She's going to have to adjust.
But what is your mannerisms of a hoe though? Like twerking?
Like twerking, yeah. That is, you get up in public and you're twerking, that's whorish behavior. I don't think it's whorish behavior. Like, what do you think when men see women twerk, do you think they're like, oh, I'm gonna take her home to my mom? It's like, no, I want to have with her. I want to sleep with her.
And like Emily said, a lot of these modern women, they don't have their message straight. And men know it. Men understand it. And men now know with a certainty that not only are you wasting my time, you're trying to waste my time. That's your whole sole purpose of being out here, is to waste my time. Waste my time and my money. And then try to make it seem like I'm the bad person for calling you out for the stupid stuff that you're doing. You're not going to continue to cause drama and chaos in my life and then turn around and say, man, this guy is sassy. This guy is setting a boundary. Who does that? A real man would want me to be a princess. A real man would want me to have this. I think I remember there was one woman that sat up here and said, I think a man took a woman out on a date and he wanted to go to the store to check out whatever it was. And he decided, you know what? I want to get this. This woman grabbed like a $300 or $400 bottle of perfume and tried to put it on the counter and add it to his tab. This is the type of stupid stuff that women are doing. And wondering why men don't approach. Wondering why men are not fooling with them.
There's this trend going, oh, nobody's coming to save you. Have you ever had a man that loves you? My husband is 1000% coming to get me.
There are so many benefits to having a relationship like this, where the man is the protector, he's there for her in an instant, and then the woman, she appreciates it. She outwardly acknowledges that her life would not be as good without that man. Where so many women get it wrong, and they continue to get it wrong, especially on social media, is that they think that they have to be the strong and independent woman, and they cannot bring down their walls. They preemptively bash all men, and then they'll just claim that there are no good men left in the world. Meanwhile, here's the evidence. She's with one. The difference being is that she found the man wanted to be with her, so she was a high quality woman in his eyes. And I bet you anything, over the development of their relationship, she brought this out in him through her love and through her appreciation.
Indian men are searching for a modern but traditional wife, but Indian women are searching for a modern husband. And this mismatch is exactly why so many people's searches are going nowhere. Here's what I see from the matchmaking lens. The men and women walking into the Indian matchmaking right now are not looking for the same marriage. The women they are meeting are not the women they were raised to expect. These women are financially independent. They have their own money, their own apartments, their own plans made without anyone's permission. And when men encounter all of that, many of them don't react kindly and they say things like, we want a modern but traditional woman. What they are describing is a woman who will not disturb the life they had, someone family oriented, whose independence does not bother their control over her. But such women really stopped existing almost 30 years ago. Now, women have spent equal effort and time on their careers, studies, and their independence. They want a man who sees all of that and genuinely respects it. Someone who does not manage them or wait for the ambition to fade or treat their career as optional. Someone who is fine with who they really are. So here's what you actually have in a room. A man who wants a woman who will fold into his world, who will bring her education and her personality into a home he already has, and a woman who does not want to compromise on her career, ambition, and financial independence to manage someone else's home. The ones that make it work are between two people who are genuinely adaptable. What I mean is a man who genuinely wants his partner's independence and not performs it, not tolerates it, but actually believes in it as the foundation of how they live together.
Modern women find 80% of men as unattractive. And so on dating apps, which people will argue that maybe people on dating apps aren't looking for something serious, but that's the number one way people meet. Women only swipe right 5% of the time, up to 20% on the high end in certain studies. So women are all sleeping with the same guys. So for guys that are in that percentage, it's like they just have an abundance of girls throwing themselves at them. And then the women will come back later and say men are trash, da 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 da, but that's who
I think we need to have a speed dating thing, me and you, girl.
Stop dating men you're attracted to. That's number one. If they're more attracted to you than you are to them, you're gonna win. Y'all keep dating men that you want to roll around on the mattress with and then come back here and say, oh, I messed up. That's because you're dating men you want to sleep with. Date men you don't want to sleep with. Date men that have to earn you. Date men that you look way better than. Date men that like you times 10. That's how you're going to get your money. That's how you're going to get the long-term investment. That's how you're going to get the house.
That video has 25,000 likes. So this content creator isn't small. She's massive. I bring that up because whenever I talk about wanting quickly, I get a lot of shame from men and women. But my points get validated by videos like her. She's actively telling women, don't sleep with these men. Extract, get houses, get cars, get money, because they're gonna like you way more than you like them. So I'm just taking her dating strategy, flipping it. No, I want it quickly. Oh, you don't want to give it to me quickly? That's fine. I'll go somewhere else. Because what if the woman I'm dating is implementing the Shira 7 method? She wants to get me to invest as much as possible, get as much money out of me, swiping that credit card on dates to get me to invest in her more. And I'm saying, I don't want to do that. I want a girl who looks at me and goes, Chad is so damn sexy. I want that today, tomorrow. I want it every day. And the best way to know if she feels that way is if it happens within 3 dates. If it doesn't, I don't think she likes you enough, and she could be dragging you out to get more money and resources out of you. And I don't want to play that game.
Men do not like whores. Let me make this very simple. They may sleep with a whore, they may hang out with a whore, but they will not wife a whore, okay? You guys look for the exception of the rule to try to make it the rule, and that's what you guys were looking for in Megan Thee Stallion. And it is just not reality. The fact of the matter is you cannot make music speak about men like they are nothing, twerk all day and think that any man in this world is going to take you serious, let alone make you a wife. And it's only Black women that have this mentality. They think that because a woman is rich and because she's beautiful, that she's automatically of value. Like, what it, like, I'm so confused. I don't understand what goes through you guys' brain. Like, you don't understand morals, values, integrity. Those things matter, not just money. I know in your little bubbles, everything is about money, but in everyone else's world, it is not. And until you guys are able to grasp basic concepts and actually listen to men when they tell you what they like and they don't like, you guys will continue to be losers.
Men, I know these are some things that you might be thinking, but if you say it, you'll be crucified. So me as a woman, I'm gonna say it for you. Manipulation often wears mascara. So just because she's crying doesn't mean that she's innocent. A lot of times women are the actual aggressors in the but society excuses it and looks at it, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Being a woman is most definitely not a character reference. Victimhood is not a personality trait. And that word that women love to use, it's trauma. Trauma explains behavior. It certainly does not excuse it. A man who yells is considered aggressive, but a woman who wants to square up like a dude and throw hands is just reactive. Ladies, you can't demand protection and then turn around and refuse correction. Doesn't work that way. Women should not automatically be believed on a claim just because they have a If equality is what y'all are pushing for, then you better be ready for equal accountability. Some of you ladies need to stop making it your mission to go out and find a king and find some character. Y'all have a good day.
The number one thing that confuses me about dating right now is that it feels like a lot of guys like me, but they don't want me. Like, they're physically attracted to me, they might like talking to me, they like all my stories and everything on Instagram, they might send me a DM every so often, but no one wants to actually make an effort to create something substantial with me. No one wants to make any sort of commitment, no one wants to plan dates, and I feel like I'm in such a weird period. Sorry, there were people, but it just feels like I'm in a weird holding period with a lot of these guys who are definitely breadcrumbing me, stringing me along, making me think that they're eventually going to make an effort. I just have to give it time, and I can't rush anything. There was one certain guy that we had been on 2 dates. They went really well. We were talking, we were FaceTiming, and I tried to plan a third because he hadn't yet, and it had been 2 weeks since we had seen each other. So I tried to plan a third, and he told me that he thought I was forcing it, and he was like, it'll just happen, let it happen, like when we can see each other. I'm like, plans just don't happen out of thin air. Someone has to plan it, and clearly you're not. So I was told I was forcing it. So I don't know, it's very confusing to be liked by many but wanted by none, and it's kind of sad.
Kerr and regrets. There's a lot of men out there right now who cannot properly move on with their life, move forward, go live the life they want, and go be with a woman that they can have a great life with, because a lot of you mother are sitting in one spot waiting and hoping and wishing that a woman to come back into your orbit and just say, oh, I'm sorry, regret it, should have did this, I should have did that, you were the best man. And we looking for that validation, and that's them and their opinion, they regret, they words. None of that means nothing. I don't judge you for having those emotions, and I don't judge you for having those desires. I understand those desires because I felt those things. I wanted some women in my past to come back and say that they regretted it and they wish that they can do things different, and how I was this best man that they ever have. I felt those feelings as well. But gentlemen, the longer that you allow yourself to dwell in the place and dwell in the spot, hoping that a person is going to realize what they lost, the longer you are allowing yourself to fixate your whole existence around this and your whole validation around this person. Bro, you got a whole life ahead of you with a wonderful woman, with wonderful things coming your way, with a lot of money, a lot of success, and a lot of great things. And we cannot allow ourselves to be held in the past, waiting on to give us some validation.
So once again, men don't dislike that you have your own goals and ambitions. It just means that it seems like when you have your own goals and ambitions, when it comes to a family, you stop it. Like when it comes to working with somebody, all of a sudden those goals and those ambitions are turned off until you like want to turn them back on. A man always has to have his goals and ambitions at the forefront. You can be independent when you want to be. Y'all are going back and forth between, well, we want to have kids. Okay, so I'm going to be the one that obviously has a kid. I'm the woman, right? But I want to take some time off. Okay. When are you going to be going back to work? Because you're so driven. You got to get your goals right. Well, I was thinking about taking, a year off. Oh, not the 6 weeks, not only the 6 weeks, because you said that you had to get back to work. You're so career driven. You have so many goals. You make your own money. You're so independent. Yeah, my body needs to heal, and I'm working through a whole bunch of other stuff right now. So I think about a year would be okay. Well, guess who has to pick up the slack during that time? Man does. Financially speaking, he does. Right? And then it gets stretched out to, you know what? They don't like going back to work. I don't really want to do that. Maybe I can do part-time. Right? And then it all of it's optional. Well, I feel like doing it. I don't feel like doing it. Well, today, all of it's optional. It's always optional. And when you have when you have something in a household that's always optional, somebody else's, well, it's optional if a man wants to go to work today. You probably have an issue with that. No, it's not optional. I need your money. I need your support so we can pay this rent. It's not going to be optional. But for a woman, I don't feel like it. You're going to throw it on the man and he's going to have to figure it out. That's usually how it ends up. Well, I got my own money. Not anymore, you don't. But my career and my goals and my aspirations, what happened to those? Because now you're just sitting at the house doing nothing, to be honest. So what happens to those careers, goals, and aspirations when the man starts making the money? He starts going out there and hustling, and he replaces, essentially, maybe not fully, he replaces your income to where you don't necessarily have to go to work, at least not for another year or two. Do y'all pick up a hobby? Do y'all pick up another project? Something that you can turn into money and help out in the household? Usually not. But your demands grow. Well, I want this. I want that. I want this. And all that. Men are tired of modern women demanding. It's always a demand. It's always, I don't want to cooperate unless this happens. I don't want to follow unless this happens. That's what men don't like. It's always the option, well, I feel like submitting today. Well, I feel like doing this today. It's always optional. Men are tired of that crap.
The greatest threat to women is men. If men as a group were inherently harmful, then there would be no men defending women from other men.
Yeah, you know, like,
have you heard of a
men get a lot of flack, but I think when it comes to acts of bravery, acts of heroism, men are very much overrepresented there. When you see some like natural disaster, you look at the flooding that happened in Texas, it's a man carrying some old grandma. It's a man going into the rushing waters and grabbing a dog, or a man saving kids, or a man saving women. You need to balance your, like, men are so horrible in all these ways. What about male bravery? What about male courage? What about I don't know why you're lying. Like, almost all acts of, the vast majority of acts of bravery and courage and life-saving and emergency saving, it's men. Where's the gratitude there? What about just the plumbers? I mean, literally, no pun intended, would hit the fan if we didn't have people, it's almost men, who do the dirty, dangerous, gross, hazardous jobs. When it's snowstorming and there's a catastrophic breakdown in the power grid failure or utility pole collapses or whatever, it's not some 5'2" woman going out at 3 a.m. in the snow, in the rain, in the hazard. It's a man who's going to get that back on. And there's a complete lack of gratefulness for the sacrifices men make and how men really, you don't like to hear it. I get it. You don't like to hear it.
Just got my cappuccino. We with Jayla. And y'all, she want to know, actually we want to know, men, where do you guys hang out? Where do you go?
Think about this. If women who look like this are asking, where are all the men? I must say it must be some sort of coordinated strategy by men to disappear. Now, I don't mean disappear like a magician, like off the planet or just vanish. I mean disappear from where people meet. Don't go to clubs. Don't go to bars. Don't go to brunches. Just go to places where there's not this sort of social expectation or interaction with women.
And don't just say, oh, we go to the gym. We go to the gym too. Where else do you go?
Do y'all like to eat? Because I like to eat.
Right.
Your girl like to eat, and I don't be seeing y'all at the food places that I be at.
Girl, I feel like they don't
like
eat.
food? They don't like food.
They don't have hobbies. They don't go out and eat. What do you do?
Then you must ask the question, why would men collectively disappear from the dating social settings? And men have disappeared from dating social settings for many reasons, but they all boil down to they just don't see the value in attempting to date right now. Men simply don't value what women are offering to the dating market right now, and that's the reason they've checked out.
Harsh truth about women.
Just remember that broke women want men to take care of them because they can't take care of themselves. Remember that newly found religious women have just finished their hoe phase and now they want to settle down and use their manipulation through religion to control you. Insecure women want men that they can control, manipulate, and use. Broke women are always the loudest about men that can't provide because they cannot provide for themselves. Women who want nothing in a relationship lack ambition, which means she will like every single one of your dreams or ideas that you've ever had. Remember that women that want control, if you have children with them, will also control you through your children. A wounded woman is a woman looking for a father figure because she grew up either with a dad or fatherless. A woman who never respects you will always cheat on you, and there is no exception to this rule. Women that believe that men cannot bring peace, it's because they cannot bring peace themselves. So it actually makes them anxiety driven and insecure about their abilities to bring you peace. So she'll likely bring you chaos.
All of you ladies had guys in a friend zone. Like you said, once I call you bro, it ain't nothing you could do to get out that friend zone. Like, I just don't like you like that. You my friend. You have those guys, and on the opposite end, in their mind, they may be like, no, a few years from now, I can, I'll wait. I can get the box. I'll wait my turn. They're thinking, they're hoping. Camera on me? So I need y'all to listen to this.
Okay.
Ladies, correlate that into how men operate with you. You put guys in a friend zone, men put women in the zone. Just like you have those guys in friend zone and it's nothing that they can do to get out of that friend zone, there's guys that you talk to that you on the other end hoping like, yeah, he gonna give me that commitment, he gonna give me that ring, he gonna do this. No, baby, you're a recreational use only. He hitting that up. You ain't getting elevated. Just like you ain't elevating your friend, that ain't elevating y'all to commitment or wifey level. Men and women play the same game. Women play the game on the front end because women hold the key to. So the man has to put his best foot forward and acquiesce to what the woman wants in order to get. Men play all the game on the back end. Once he got this, now you have to put your best foot forward, apply to his job, and acquiesce to what he wants in order to get elevated to commitment.
Women are reporting unprecedented dissatisfaction with modern dating. Men are reporting record levels of loneliness and relationship difficulties. Marriage rates have fallen dramatically over the past several decades. Meanwhile, we have dating apps that have created more access than any generation in history. Yet, many people describe dating as worse than ever. So if everyone has more options, why is nobody happier?
That's a great question. You have information to share about it?
I do. She shares some theories in her article. Celeste Davis argues that the answer is not dating apps, feminism, social media, or unrealistic standards alone. The deeper shift is this. For most of our history, relationships were built on necessity. Today, they are increasingly built on choice. So the central argument is not that women have become too picky or men have become worse. It is that society underwent a massive structural shift, and relationships are moving from necessity-based arrangements to choice-based partnerships. So when people no longer need each other to survive, they begin asking a different question. Does being with you make my life better than being alone?
What does it mean when they say, oh, I'm not looking for a relationship, I don't have time right now, but I'm fine with like friends with benefits or something casual?
That means that you don't qualify for a relationship commitment.
But it's rude though. They want everything a relationship has to offer, but no title, and you're not allowed to like see other people.
Yeah, you don't qualify for a relationship. You only qualify for zone. You only qualify to be smashed is what they're telling you.
That's mean.
I mean,
how would they feel if a woman did that to them? They'd probably
think about it. You do it into them right now because you have those guys in your friend zone and they don't qualify for, but they qualify for time, attention, and resources. Well, but you're just like, okay, I'm just going to keep you in a friend zone forever. So we could say that that's evil too, because you know their true intentions, but you have ulterior motives to keep them in a certain place and to garner time, attention, and resources.
Don't miss. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. No. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss. No.
Not that we have to share our body count, but I want to talk about like the trend of women, even being asked that. Do you think that's disrespectful? It's like if a man asks you, like, what's your body count?
It's like, what does it change? Why do you care?
I think it's an ego thing. I think it's something to be judged on. That's why they ask.
Well, it's kind of comes down to the guy who wanted a virgin, but he's ran through 100 girls already.
It's nobody's business. Because my thing is, what is your intention of asking me this question? The only intention I can see is malintent, and that's to judge me.
If it's one or if it's whatever the number is, why do you need to know? That is someone's personal business. And if you are the type of person to judge someone based on that figure, then that's not the type of person you need to be sharing your body with to begin with.
So let's just say this. My body count is less than my age, but more than my shoe size.
That voice memo is exactly what happens when therapy culture and hookup culture have a baby. That's what you get. And the reason why I come on this app and I'm constantly telling people, do not participate in any type of dynamic that you do not want is because you are training men how to treat you. If you hold boundaries, then men take a hint. So no, I'm not surprised that stuff like that emerges.
The first time a man show you that he'll choose another woman over you, you best to leave that man alone right then and there. Over with. Ain't no more talking, ain't nothing. Over with. And they gonna choose themselves. No matter what stage or what you going through in your life, a man is gonna choose himself. That's why you gotta choose yourself. When you see he done chose another woman and he out there boasting and bragging and playing around with this other woman to piss you off or whatever the he think he getting off and doing, you gotta leave that alone, period.
I think, when they say, people can choose whether they, relationships used to be needs based. Now they're more choice based. Do I need you in order to survive? To a degree, depending on what society was, you had to form an alliance in order to be effective in that society in some things. It's pretty much the same. I think a lot of times people feel like because I can pay for my own apartment or house, or I can buy my own car, or I can go get my own groceries, then there's nothing that I really need from you because the basic necessities are already taken care of. And so they go out there being disrespectful. Oh, I ain't got to take this. The happiest marriages are not really about necessity. They're about love and companionship. They're about fulfilling a commitment. They're about building a vision. They're about saying, hey, I have one piece of the puzzle. I'm looking for somebody else to complete this piece of the puzzle. Okay, I have these talents. She's got these talents. Let's put them together so we can see how far we can get. It's fairly easy to get something to eat. It's fairly easy to get an apartment, or you're in college, you stay in a dorm room or whatever, whatnot. Those are fairly easy things to take care of, right? But having a vision and saying, okay, this is what I want my life to look like in 20 years. Now you're not so much talking about what you're going to eat for dinner. You're saying, okay, while we're eating dinner, let's chart, let's map out what our life is going to look like in the next 5-10 years. What our life is going to look like in the next 20-30 years. Maybe 40-50 years, depending on what technology is like. What does it look like? Where do we want to be? What do we want to do? How do we fit into each other's lives? Why do we need to be in each other's lives? Those are the questions that you would be asking in a relationship. But you're not actually asking it because you think you can go to Chipotle. I can get me the biggest burrito. I must be okay. The shallow thinking.
So I am dating again. Embarrassed to say. I'm on Raya and Bumble. Raya is like a silent disco. Bumble is... Verdict is still out. I have gone on dates on Bumble, so better yield as far as dates. But I'm also realizing men don't know how to ask women out, so I'm gonna help you out. This is how you ask a woman out. Repeat after me. I would like to take you out and get to know you better. Are you free Friday night? There's a insert spot. I would like to take you. Can I pick you up? Yes or no? Yes. What's your address? Give me your phone number. May I have your phone number? No. Well, here's the address. I'll meet you there at said time. Let me know if you change your mind. I could also call you an Uber. Period. That is how you ask a woman out nowadays. You're welcome.
A lot of men aren't leaving the US to find a wife because they're passport bros. They're leaving because of what they're finding when they get there. Women in other countries were raised completely differently than women in the Western world. Most had mothers and grandmothers who taught them how to cook, how to care for a home, and how to honor a man. Nobody tell them, never trust a man, or nobody taught them to compete with men instead of compliment them. So when a man shows up ready to provide, ready to protect for a foreign woman, a lot of them are very open to receive that. A lot of foreign women actually appreciate it. That's not a low value woman. That's a woman who was never taught to see her femininity as weakness. And look at what that produces. Many other countries that still hold family as the highest value, not career, not independence, not self-love journeys, actually have higher happiness indexes, higher birth rates, and more stable homes. Because when you ingrain in a culture that family is the priority, people actually build families. When you ingrain that career is everything, women delay, they deprioritize, and eventually wonder why they feel so lonely and empty. Meanwhile, American and Western media has spent decades painting men as weak, incompetent, dangerous, and just unnecessary. And then everyone acts shocked when men go somewhere they're actually valued. It was never about the passport. It's about finding a woman who was raised to see a good man as a blessing, not as a threat. And until that changes in the West, men are going to continue looking elsewhere.
I can tell you how men and women can't be equal. If you are to look at force in society, who would you say has the monopoly on force, men or women?
I feel like things are set up for men.
Can you indicate a time in history, ever, in the history of all of mankind, where men didn't have the monopoly on force?
Always. They're always stronger
than
us. Oh, then yeah.
So the question, when we come down to rights, is who can enforce rights? Women can't enforce their own rights. Men have to enforce women's rights, so there can never be real equality. There can never be real equality.
What the
men are the fact that you feel like because you're stronger than someone or you can overpower them, you're more entitled to some sort of
hang on,
thing.
listen. Inside of your society, you have rights. Those rights need to be enforced, right? So somebody doesn't violate them. Who's the enforcement arm?
Women's rights were mostly
It
created
is usually physically.
in response
What
to
do you do
men.
with criminals?
I mean, you put them in jail, but
And who does that? And then who guards them while they're in jail?
I mean, I don't want to say that because I know women security guards that are rappers in jail.
You're speaking always to the exception. You always look to the outlier. It's not that there can't be some women who are on par with some men. It's that as a monolith, men are the grantors of force, the grantors of rights, and here's how. Whenever you need criminals dealt with in society, it's men who are going to be dealing with the criminals. They're going to be putting them in the jails. They're going to be enforcing your laws. They're going to be protecting you while you sleep through the military.
But have we ever given women the opportunity to be in that
the amazing
place?
part. The amazing part is right now they have all that opportunity and they still can't do it.
I'm back with another dating profile. We got Cynthia here, 32. I'm not going to show her full face. No, I'm not going to leak her Instagram. Somebody sent me this, but we're going to read the bio. Here comes the crazy delusion. Mama of 5, God first. My kids are my world, but I make time for love, growth, and the gym. I am hopeless romantic, a wife at heart. I can definitely tell you're a hopeless romantic because you got 5 kids. And I've learned my heart isn't meant for casual. When did you learn this? After the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th kid? I value consistency, intentions, and commitment. I don't think you value commitments as much as you think you do. If you're in my life, it's because I believe we're building towards something meaningful. I'm looking for the holy matrimony kind of love. Casual dating, X. I want to ask an honest question. Ladies, for those of you who are in her same predicament with multiple kids, why the do y'all do this to yourself? Never mind, I know the answer. I'm going to tell you why you do it. Society doesn't shame y'all enough. You guys make mistakes. Society says it's okay. Men don't know how to handle you. Men don't know how to appreciate you. It's not your fault. It's their fault. Yes, it's definitely all fault that you're a mama of 5. You make bad decisions and you still get praised for it. Y'all don't get held accountable. And then you shift the blame saying, oh, it's the men. So if it's men that are the problem, why you decide to go get pregnant by so much different men? And I'm pretty sure, this is my assumption, that all 5 of her kids are not from one man. It's at least 3. But I don't know. What do y'all think? Write in the comments if you think she's gonna find what she's looking for. Yeah, that's all of this stuff at the bottom. Or you think she's delusional.
Why would I ever need to change? And again, I don't think women understand, like, guys' success rate with women is not as much as women. So if I go out to a club and I get 2 numbers, I'm ecstatic. Like, my day is crazy. you could go to the club. You could walk out down a block and get 15 guys to try to approach you. So
I mean, not always. Men don't really approach me. I'm so serious.
Okay, so they might not approach you. Yes, and we could talk about that too, because I think that's something that we're in now. I think a lot of men don't want to approach women, but I think that's because a lot of things that women have said over the years that have made guys like, nah, you know what, I'm good.
Okay.
But my whole point is that if the majority of women that I'm talking to, if I know that all I have to do is provide for you and make your life comfortable from a financial situation, and I can do anything I want, why the hell would I ever change? Why would any guy change? And I've heard this from since I was a kid, and their expression is, don't chase the money. I mean, don't chase women, chase the money. As soon as you get the money, women will come. And y'all have not proven me wrong yet.
So if body count doesn't matter, why y'all lie about it? Seriously, if it doesn't matter, why are you lying about it? Because to me, it absolutely matters. All right? And I'm not asking for your social security number. I just want to know, am I number 5 or 500 if we take this forward? It's a simple question. A lot of you are going to come at me and say, it's none of your business. It ain't. Okay, it's not my business if I don't know you. All right, but if we're going to be together and there's going to be an us, it's part of who you are, which it becomes part of us, which means it's my freaking business because it's a reflection of your character. All right, I'm not going to buy a used car without the service history. Okay, I'm going to need the Carfax here to know exactly who it is that I'm moving forward with. It's just something that I want to do. And why do I even care? I don't know, because shared experiences and personal choices that you make in the past are a direct reflection on who you are as a human being. Okay, and if you're sleeping around all the time, it's not just me who doesn't care for it. Studies show that you are much more likely to struggle with monogamy. You're much more likely to cheat. And so I would like to know those things also. You asked about my money. You asked about my job and all that stuff. How many times I've been married. Okay, I want to know your body count. Why is that such a big deal? It just seems like it should be a general question. If you got a super high one, you probably wouldn't like me, and I don't want to be with you, most likely. I'm going to give you 2 concessions here real quick, though. Dudes, I'm directing this towards women because I'm a male. It's my perspective, okay? But you're worse at it than they are. Okay, let's not kid. You're worse at it than they are. So, but that aside, I got 2 things that I'm going to concede real quick. Number 1, in my 40s with my life, probably not going to find a woman with lower body count than me. Number 2, all right, if I have a woman who has a super high body count, but it came 20 years ago in her past when she went wild for a second, and then she comes back and she says, I changed years ago and I just didn't want that lifestyle anymore. I'm probably going to work through that one. I'm just going to forget about it. Okay. But it does matter to me as it's a reflection of the person as they are now. If they are sleeping around with a bunch of people right now, I am out the door. There is no reason for me to stay anywhere near you, period. And it's not a reflection on who you are. Go sleep with as many people as you want, or don't. I don't care. I'm just saying I have a personal preference and I'm going to stand by it.
How the do men feel like chasing a woman is the right way to go? Do you know what chasing is? Like, what chasing is?
No, tell me.
Chasing is you running up behind someone who is running the away.
Why are you running?
Right. So why the do you think it is okay for you to chase women when we're actually, like, good on you? That's very much so weird behavior. Stop chasing me. Oh, the men, they just love to chase. They just love to chase. You love to harass? Because that's what you're doing. You're in my DMs every day. You calling my phone, you texting me, you pulling up, or whatever the case may be. Oh, it's the chase, it's the thrill. No, it's weird. Stop chasing me.
And you know, it's crazy because Brian is having to sit here and talk to these women about the things that men are doing. And this is the type of stuff that men get tired of. Why is it always me? Why is it always me that has to sit up here and plead my case? Why is it always me that has to sit up here and prove how good I am, to prove how useful I am, or I'm going to be in a relationship? Why is it always me that say, okay, I mean, if you just pick me, if you just be with me, I can do this, and the stuff that I don't know how to do, I'll learn it. Men have already done that, and now they're saying, okay, now that we have all these things that I've done, that I've talked about I'm going to do, or I'm going to be able to do, what is it that you will be doing? What can you do? What can you add to the relationship? How are you going to contribute? All of a sudden, this relationship can't work. I can't be with a man that's controlling. I can't be with a man that's not an alpha. A man that's asking a woman what she brings to the table? That's not a man. He's not taking initiative. Just be a man.